am the founder of Vegan Fit for Life, and I am so happy to connect with you. I was able to completely transform my life in a positive manner by finding the gym and by changing my nutrition so that I was eating appropriately for my body. And I am very happy and very excited to be able to share that with you. Thanks for joining us. So we're going to work on the banded clam. So for this exercise, you want to have a band here above your knees. I have just one of the rubber ones. You can use a thicker cloth band. And then we place that right above the knees so that we don't have pressure on the knee joint. You want to bring your feet so that your heels are in line with your hips. This is super important. And then also making sure that we're lifting up and over the shoulder joint, getting off the bursa of the hip. Feet, we want to have our arches lined up. So you take and point the top foot out a little bit, and then you have the heel angled a little bit, and then this lets the arches just fold on the cross piece of the arch, okay? So then something else that's super important. We want to rotate the hips forward. There's a huge tendency in this exercise to roll back. A lot of that is because you're lying on the bursa of the hip, so you're trying to get away from that uncomfortability. So making sure that you're padded underneath the hip, okay? So roll forwards, and then when you roll forwards, the top knee wants to jump out past the bottom knee. Bring that top knee so that it's in line with the bottom knee. And then all you're doing is raising and lowering this top leg. So the only place you should be feeling this exercise is in the glute. Not down the IT band, not in the quad, just back here in the glute. And so paying attention, making sure those hips are staying forward, but that knee is in line with the bottom knee. Feet are not like crushing and grinding on each other. They're just folding gently back and forth, allowing you to get the leverage that's needed with this top knee. All right, and that's your banded clam. So we're going to do a little self-myofascial release for the glutes. This is the cross ball, so it's a smaller ball. You're going to put it on the wall, and we want the ball to be going across and then up and down on the glute, okay? So you can take it and go ahead and place it on the wall, step forwards a little bit, and really lean into it. Then as you're leaning into it, what you want to do is kind of rotate your body so that you're going crosswise across the glute. And once you find an area that's sore, you want to pin it and hold it and let that soreness kind of go away. You can continue to roll out towards the outer edge of the hip. Using the cross ball is not going to endanger the bursa of the hip, so it's super safe. So you want to make sure that you're going side to side. And then you can also bring yourself more forwards, line it up so it's next to your tailbone, and then keeping your feet forward so you have more pressure going back against the wall, against the ball. You're going to go up and down on the ball. So this one you can kind of move. We're working from the tailbone out to the outer edge of the glute. So you're kind of shimmying sideways, I guess, a little bit. Make sure you're adjusting those feet. And then again, if you find a sore spot, you want to hold on that. So a lot of the times when we have knots in the glutes, it can pull on the erectors, the small muscles of the lower back, and cause some back pain. So again, starting from the center of the glute and then going out towards the side. And there you have it. Some self-myofascial release for the glutes. Fire hydrants. So with this exercise, I'm going to show you head on. We go to that tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and make sure we have enough room here. And we're going to put all of our weight on one leg. Okay, both hands stay on the floor. You're going to bring this leg out to the side and kick. So this stays up. You should feel this a lot in the glute. With this exercise, when we take it onto that supporting leg,
there's a huge tendency to have this leg lean to the side. And when you do that, you have pretty much zero engagement in the core. So if you shift your leg back so that that hip stays stacked right over the knee, you have to use your core to keep it there. A lot of engagement actually on the opposite side of.
For the ankle weighted glute kickback, we want to use a weight around the ankle. Use a quadruped position on a bench. You're going to lower the leg and then bring the leg back behind you, contracting the glutes. You keep the core really tight to ensure that the back stays neutral. The contraction is all in the glute. Here we're going to do a unilateral barbell glute thrust. So you want to set up with a bench or a low step behind your back. You're going to pull your knees in close to your chest. Ideally, we want to bring our feet back to where we can about touch them with our hands, and then we're going to press up so that the bar is directly on our hip joint. As we're setting up here, we want to make sure that the feet are directly underneath the knees, making that nice 90-degree angle. And then you can extend one leg straight up, or like I have here, I have one ankle crossed over the opposite knee in that figure 4 position. You're going to lower and then press up through the hips, making sure you bring the hips up so that they're in line with the thigh, getting a full contraction on the working glute. The other glute, if you have this figure 4 stretch, is going to get a nice stretch every time you lower the bar. And then you want to make sure that you swap it out and get equal reps on the other side as well. The unilateral glute thrust is a great exercise for helping us identify and correct muscle imbalances in our glutes. It's super challenging though, so make sure that you start out with a lighter weight than you're accustomed to using on your regular glute thrust.